Hi students, welcome to our channel. So now in this hour, in the class 10 PS in chemistry part, classification of elements periodic table chapter. So we are going to learn an important question for 4 marks or 8 marks. Explain how the elements are classified into S, P, D and F block elements in the modern periodic table or long form of periodic table. So in the previous class we studied about what is a modern periodic law and explained the construction of long form of periodic table. So now how elements in the modern periodic table are classified as S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. So more important one, students, based on the name of subshell into which the differentiating electron can also be called final electron of an element goes. So using the concept of the name of subshell into which final electron of an element goes, all the elements in the modern periodic table, student, this is modern periodic table. MPT means modern periodic table, are classified as S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. So now what about S block elements, P block elements, D block elements? So based on the name of subshell into which final electron of an element goes, all the elements in the modern periodic table are classified as S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. So now what are S block elements? If the final electron goes into the subshell S for any element, then it belongs to S block. So if you take any element and if you write electron configuration, so if the final electron goes into subshell S for any element, then it belongs to S block elements. For example, we are taking a student, sodium, we are taking atomic number 11. 11th electron is final electron. Its electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So last electron goes into S, subshell S. That is why sodium belongs to S block. So what are S block elements? What are S block elements? So group 1A and group 2A. 1A and 2A groups elements are S block elements. Next to P block elements, students, what are P block elements? Same way, this line you can write as, in the place of S you want to write P. So if the final electron goes into subshell P for any element, it belongs to P block. P block. So P block elements what are? Elements from group 2A to 7th A. So group 2A to 7th A group elements are P block elements. P block elements. First you want to write this line. If the final electron goes into the subshell P, then the element belongs to P block. So what are P block elements? Group 2A to group 7th A. Group 2A, group 3A, group 4A, group 5th A, group 6th A and 7th A. Next, what are D block elements? D block elements. If the final electron goes into the subshell D for any element, then it belongs to D block. So if you take any element, in its electron configuration, if the final electron goes into the subshell D, then that element belongs to D block. So what are D block elements? So elements from 1B to group 1B to 8th B. So group 1B to 8th group, 8th B group. So elements from 1B group to 8th B group are D block elements. D block elements. But D block elements are also called transition elements. S block and P block elements are called representative elements. So what are representative elements? Means you can write S block elements, P block elements are called representative elements. What are transition elements? D block elements are called transition elements. So what are D block elements? Elements belonging to 1B group to 8B group are called D block elements. Next, F block elements. What are F block elements? If the final electron goes into the subshell F for any element, that element belongs to F block. If you write electron configuration for any element, if the final electron goes into the subshell F, then we can take that element belongs to F block. But F block elements what are? Lanthanoids and actinoids are called F block elements. Lanthanoid elements and actinoid elements. Lanthanoids and actinoids are called F block elements. But what are lanthanoids again? What are lanthanoids? 4F elements are called lanthanoids. 4F elements are called lanthanoids. 4F elements are called lanthanoids. But what are actinoids? 5F elements are called actinoids. 5F elements are called actinoids. But both lanthanoids and actinoids belonging to F block, they are placed at the special blocks at the bottom in the modern periodic table. So S block elements, P block elements are called representative elements. D block elements are called transition elements. F block elements are called inner transition elements. Students, what is inner transition elements means? You can write as F block elements are called inner transition elements. Where are they placed? At the bottom in the modern periodic table. So what are F block elements? Lanthanoids and actinoids are called F block elements. What are lanthanoids? Simply 4F elements are called lanthanoids and 5F elements are called actinoids. This is the most important question, students. The question is, explain how the elements are classified into S, P, D and F block elements in the modern periodic table. So very important one. For many more topics in the physics and chemistry of 10th class, intermediate and diploma, you can follow our channel. So that's all today's class.